Are the judges ready? Is the timer ready? Then let's begin. Is there not blood shed when one's conscience is wounded? Through this wound, a man's real manhood and immortality flow, and it leads to eternal death, said Henry David Thoreau. Good morning. My name is Adeline Sleece, and I stand for the resolution, civil disobedience in a democracy is morally justified. Before we begin, I would like to offer this argument for you to think over for the remainder of this debate. If the whole point of civil disobedience is that you are protesting a law that goes against your personal beliefs or morals, then yes, morally, civil disobedience is always justified. Observation 1. Definitions. Definition 1. Civil disobedience. A public, non-violent, conscientious, yet political act contrary to law, usually done with the aim of bringing about change in a law policy of the government. Impact. It is illegal by definition, which is why justification is necessary. Definition 2. Morals. Principles concerning the distinction between right or wrong, good or bad behavior, relating to what is ethically right or proper. Its impact asserts that an ethical standard, not just a legal one, applies to the actions of both citizens and the state. Definition 3. Morally justified. The act is right or obligatory from an ethical standpoint, even if it is legally wrong. Impact. The individual's conscience and pursuit of justice are given priority over the state's command in specific, limited circumstances. Definition 4, and my final definition. Democracy. A system of government where the majority rules, usually through elected representatives. Impact. In a democracy, the majority is ruling, and the minority has little to no say. Observation 2. My value. My value is personal beliefs. Personal beliefs involve religion, worldview, and politics, among other things. They help to shape who a person is, what they do, and who they are. Observation 3. We protect our personal beliefs when threatened by the government with non-violent civil disobedience. When the government creates laws that directly contradict our personal beliefs, it is not only morally justified, but it is our moral obligation to adhere to our personal beliefs and commit civil disobedience. Observation 4. Contentions. Contention 1. Your personal beliefs are more important than the law. Tag, moral superiority. Quote, Journey Smollett said this about the Underground Railroad. The ones who did rebel, the ones who did revolt, the revolutions excited me. Seeing this story of the Underground Railroad that is such a proud part of our history that not a lot of us know about, were these brave men and women, they were heroes really, helped to tear down the system of slavery simply by running. The Underground Railroad, which was operational from 1780 to 1865, is one of the greatest examples of civil disobedience ever. It was a deliberate, public, and organized violation of the law on the grounds of a higher moral duty. Its impact? The people who ran the Underground Railroad saved hundreds of lives, and yet it was illegal. This was an act of civil disobedience that changed the course of American history forever. Contention 2. Acts of civil disobedience are non-violent, and yet they make a difference. You may tag this as non-violent effectiveness. Quote, religious freedom cannot exist in a land where the state controls the religion, said Irvin. During the COVID pandemic, when businesses were shut down, several churches refused to close their doors. This is another example of civil disobedience that shows the public violation of state and federal laws, with consequences, often fines or arrests. Yet the churches remained open. Why? Because they believed their freedom of religion outweighed the health code violations. The impact of this was that churches not closing their doors was a non-violent act, but it got its point across. Religion was more important than the law, and they were not going to follow a rule they believed was immoral. Contention 3. A pure democracy is ruled by the majority, and so the minority often uses civil disobedience to be heard. You may tag this as minorities representation. Quote, never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has, said Margaret Mead. On December 1st, 1955, Rosa Parks refused to give up her seat on the bus, resulting in the bus boycott that lasted a year. The bus boycott was an organized and sustained mass civil disobedience of all African Americans riding the bus, and they made up 75% of the bus riders at the time, so this was a significant disobedience. Its impact? Rosa Parks was one of only a few willing to stand up for what she believed, but her spark soon spread, and her story is told all over America to this day. Conclusion. Because our personal beliefs are key to our identity, we ought to value them. And when our beliefs are threatened by the law, it is our obligation to stand up to the government and utilize civil disobedience. It is because I believe personal beliefs are the most important thing that I urge the judges to vote for the resolution that in a democracy, civil disobedience is morally justified. For if the whole point of civil disobedience is that you are protesting a law that goes against your personal beliefs or morals, then yes, morally, civil disobedience is always justified.